On that note of he's not getting any better, there's another debate, by the way. So I don't know if you know this, but usually there's three debates. But this year, I think they kind of knew that maybe Biden wasn't all like up for it. So he decided, or not he himself, but like the Democratic Party, they negotiated with the Republicans and all the news stations that they were only going to do two debates. And there's actually a question of whether or not like the Democratic Party scheduled the debate in June on purpose, because usually what happens is that they would schedule these debates on like after the convention, right? The convention is when they actually decide who the nominee is, and in the case of the Democrats, the convention is in August, I think late August. So usually they would schedule the debates for after that, but they scheduled it for June, which is like super, super early. So the kind of maybe, I guess, maybe it's conspiracy theory, but I don't even want to call it a conspiracy theory because it sounds incredibly plausible. The theory is that the Democrats kind of led Joe to the slaughterhouse because they knew that he wasn't up for it. They scheduled the debate in June as early as they possibly could so that if something like this happened, then they could swap him out. So, do you guys think that that's potentially what happened? Like, if so, like, do you think that the Democratic Party basically kind of just led Joe to this point and led him to the slaughterhouse, so to say?
So here's like my 2 cents on that. So I think there has to been some sort of like agenda behind having like this debate super early on rather than later. Because if like you're on a block in New York City and you have like a bunch of aunties sitting on the side, like gossiping about God knows what and knowing about everything and anything, I'm sure in like the presidential, not presidential, but like the political system, there's probably word around that Biden's not 100%. And to be honest with you, I don't know who's calling the shots. It could be someone else besides Biden because he doesn't look willing and able. So it could be someone else doing it. And by everyone, like knowing about Biden's situation, and I'm sure there's tons of gossip going around with like every staff or like political representative, and even just like these news broadcasting systems and stations, they probably all had conversations and thought, oh, let's just pull this like hidden agenda and then maybe put this debate a bit early and then try to rattle things out, and then maybe perhaps Biden will be replaced by someone else because he obviously isn't 100% at the moment. This is all speculation. It could be like factual. We don't know for sure, but I could see this realistically happening because I think it's human nature for people to, gossip in some sort of fashion and way. If it's like interesting enough, unfortunately, it's just how we're wired. So I'm sure this happened, and it led to an early debate. I could totally realistically see that happen. So I don't know what Tristan thinks about all of this.
Yeah, I don't. I think it's an intentional move on their part. I don't know why they kept Biden for this long in the first place, because I think even without this debate, you could see his cognitive functions were clearly on the decline substantially and rapidly. So I don't know why they even bothered to keep him into the debate. I feel like it would have been they would have been much better off replacing him earlier in the cycle and giving the new candidate more time to build a backing and a support base. So I think maybe they thought that Biden would be better than he was, but I don't really understand why they why they thought that. Um, and I think it's right that they were basically testing the water with this debate, that to see if it was worth having him kept around as the leader either way. Um, because I suspect that from the Democratic Party perspective, having a figurehead leader that basically does nothing because he can't do anything, I could see that being beneficial to a lot of people in the Democratic Party. That they wouldn't necessarily have been able to have that kind of sway with a stronger leader. So it could be part of that as well. But I think that after this debate, they're seeing that people are not going to vote for this man. And so with that in mind, I think that the likelihood of a Biden replacement is pretty high.